Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa podcast. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel, drop this video a like and get involved in the comment section down below. We've hit 10,000 subscribers on Up the Villa podcast, which is just absolutely mental. It's a massive number, which is just blows my mind, to be fair, absolutely blows my mind. But thank you everybody that enjoys our content, that comments on the live streams. It means the world, so thank you so much. We do now have a members section on the channel as well. It's $1.99 a month, and that money helps go back into the channel to get different technology and everything like that. So all the money goes back into the channel. So if you would like to be a member, there's a little button next to subscribe, and it's just $1.99 a month. So thank you. We've already got some members as well, so yeah, thank you very much to those as well. So World Cup action, Villa's contingent, most of them have now gone home. So I just thought I'd do a little video and talk about their performances at the World Cup, talk about Martinez, and then we'll touch on England as well towards the end. So let's have a little look then. So this is the current World Cup draw. As you can see, Poland lost to France. Belgium didn't make it out of the group, and we have Martinez in the quarter-final of a World Cup against Holland. So I don't think Villa have ever had a player that's ever won the World Cup that currently plays, that has played for them at the time of winning it as well. So that would be absolutely massive for Martinez. And yeah, England v France is up next as well for England. So I just thought I'd just touch on and talk about how I feel like some of the Villa players have done. So we'll start off with Dendoncker. He made 2 appearances at the World Cup for Belgium. This was his heat map in those games. In the 2 games that he played, I was really impressed with Dendoncker, to be fair. He was playing in a system that he wouldn't normally play in. He was playing as a 3 in a 5 at the back. So he was playing sort of on the right-hand side of the 3. He had a SOFA score rating at the World Cup of 7.35, which is absolutely massive number. He played 2 games. He played 81 minutes across the board. And this is what I want to touch on. He had 73 touches per game. 98 pass success rate across the 2 games, which is absolutely massive. And I know it was the opposition he was playing in maybe, but, you know, 98% passing accuracy, 99% in his own half, 94% in the opposition half. That's solid numbers from Dendoncker. So, yeah, I felt like Belgium had a mare, didn't they? No cohesion. It was all over the place. I couldn't understand what they were trying to do. They were shoehorning De Bruyne into a system that just wasn't working whatsoever. And yeah, it was a bad World Cup for Belgium. Matty Cash had a really good World Cup. I was really interested for Matty Cash because we know Villa have got aspirations of playing in Europe. So to play at a World Cup, the biggest stage in world football, I wanted to see how he did and how he performed. And all in all, I'd say he did really well. If I had to rate him out of 10 for all the games that I saw him play, I'd give Matty Cash a solid 7 out of 10. I think he was up against it at times because of the way Poland were playing. Very defensive. They weren't really getting any bodies in and around Lewandowski. So it was a real solid, dogged, defensive Poland World Cup display. And with that in mind, Matty Cash was at the forefront of it as a right-back. He didn't really get forward as much as I would have liked to have seen. I'd have liked to have seen him get a little bit further forward. Let's see what he's all about when he gets into that sort of final third with his distribution. But all in all, it was a really good, solid defensive World Cup. And he came up against some pretty good players. So if we have a look at Matty Cash's stats, so Matty Cash's heat map, as you can see, pretty defensive around here. Majority of his heat was around defending. And as you can see, attacking-wise, final third, like I was saying, it petered out a little bit. And this is the area which you were sort of seeing him getting in against France. Getting there, but just not having anybody to pass to. Didn't have any willing runners. Wasn't really able to overlap. So you saw that time and time again for Poland that he would get in this position and the move would sort of break down. There was times against France where he had his arms open like this, wanting the ball in acres of space, sort of in behind Mbappe, but they just couldn't really find him. So 6.60 for Matty Cash. I'd give him more or less a 7. So he played 4 games, 90 minutes in each game. Touches per game, 51%. Accuracy in his own half, 80. In his own per game, 80. Opposition half, 91. In his own half, 91. And opposition half, 64. So a pretty solid defensive display. He kept 2 clean sheets. Ground duels, he won 40% of his ground duels, 67% of his aerial duels. So I think Matty Cash had a pretty solid World Cup. And I think fair play to him because, you know, playing at that level, you know, his last game he played Mbappe, who I thought first half Matty Cash was really good against Mbappe. Really good. He was determined. He was winning the tackles. He was playing really well against Mbappe. And what I would say about Mbappe is I don't think any defender can mark Mbappe for 90 minutes. I think he's that calibre of player where, yeah, you could do well for 45, 60, but he will get the better of you. And yeah, so that's what I'd say about Mbappe. And then he came up against Messi. Do you know what I mean? What a World Cup for Matty Cash. He's come up against 2 of the best players in the world, or if not the greatest player that's ever played the game in Lionel Messi. So, Matty Cash, fair play to you. Have a little rest and then come back firing for Boxing Day. Right, the main man, Emimartinez. He started with a stinker, and that weren't just his fault, by the way. Argentina started with a stinker. I tipped Argentina to win this World Cup, and I'm starting to see why I feel like they can win this World Cup. Because as a team, as a unit, they are really solid. If you want a team for sort of like game management, they are this team. They're solid defensively. They're solid in midfield. They've got pace up top. They've got Lionel Messi, who's just playing absolutely remarkable. And they're just playing really well now. And what I like about them is that they dominate the game. They suck the life out of the opposition and they wear them down and they tire them out. So I'm really impressed with Argentina. We saw in the last game Martinez with that massive save towards the end, absolutely huge. And you can tell that all the Argentina team absolutely love Martinez as well. His distribution's been brilliant. He just looks like a world-class goalkeeper. And I'm so proud that Emimartinez is our goalkeeper because he's done really well. So if we have a little look at Martinez, his stats then. So across the tournament so far, 6.63. Pretty low, to be fair. He's kept 2 clean sheets. And 2 clean sheets, 90 minutes in every game. Goals conceded per game, 0.8. Saves per game, 40%. Touches per game, 25.5. He's kept 2 clean sheets. His passing accuracy, 62%. In his own half, 90. Opposition half, 12%. And accuracy on long balls, 19%. And accuracy on chipped passes, 33%. So Martinez doing really well. I hope he can get past Holland, but that's a tough game. So, yeah, we've got one player left in it, Martinez, and I wish him all the best because he's on the opposite side to England. So I feel like I can support Argentina still, and I hope that they do really well. And then touching on England, the day after the 3-0 win against Senegal, so impressed, so impressed. I mean, I tipped us to struggle in this game. I thought they would pose us real problems, and you know they've done really, really well. Bellingham, absolutely class. He's so good, so good. Again, best player on the pitch, dominating the ball, running in behind, breaking up play. Oh, he's absolutely sensational. I thought Saka had a decent game. Foden starting to show that magic now, isn't he, Foden? And it was brilliant to see Kane get a goal as well. Defensively, we looked a little bit suspect to the pace, which I'm sure we'll be working on with Mr. Mbappe coming up as well. But all in all, England, yeah, can't ask for much more. Big test coming up though. So let's see how we do after France. So thanks everybody for watching. Cheers for all the support. Up the Villa and up the England.